Alright guys, welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. Now I apologize if there's any background noise. There shouldn't be, because I've just put on the the washing machine, so that's making some noise. But I have locked the door, so it shouldn't be making noise. In fact, I can hear it at least with my headphones on, so hopefully you guys can't hear it either. Anyway, welcome back. Just warning y'all. Welcome back, more Umineko. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Last time, it started off with Kirie, I believe. Kirie was talking about how arrogance is the reason why Beato sent a letter, because why would she need to risk it that much? There is a small chance that the members of the family can solve the riddle and just uh, get the inheritance. So yeah, get the inheritance and the gold, right? I mean, yeah. So there is that. So she goes. It's arrogance. She doesn't believe that we can do it. So yeah, and victory is more sweet when you take risks, and she has a good point there. By taking risks, the victory does become sweeter. Yeah, she is right. So yeah, that's what happened first, and then Battler and Ronovan and Beato had a little talk about this new thing called Hempel's Raven, this new concept now that we're introducing, along with the Devil's Proof. It's to counter the Devil's Proof. So y'all know the Devil's Proof. I don't think I have to explain it again, right? The Devil's Proof is that you cannot prove that something doesn't exist, right? I can't prove that a pink penguin, I guess, doesn't exist, right? Because then I'd have to search for every penguin ever. And even if I do search for theoretically every penguin ever, how can I prove that there isn't another penguin somewhere out there in outer space that I haven't found yet that is pink? Exactly. You can't prove. That's a devil's proof. And then you got Hempel's Raven, which is there to counter that. And Hempel's Raven is actually kind of hard to explain. Even I'm struggling to understand. Even I struggle to understand it fully. Uh, but in the case of, let's go to the case that is actually relevant. Forget the penguins. Let's take the case that is actually in the story. So Battler's saying that his devil's proof is that no more than he's saying that no he's saying that you cannot prove that a 19th person doesn't exist, right? Because there's 18 people on the island, and the culprit could be a 19th person, or maybe a 20th, or a 21st, or a 22nd, etc. He went like that, right? And you cannot prove, even if you prove that a 19th person doesn't exist, you still have to prove that a 20th person doesn't exist, and that's impossible, right? But forget the 20th, 21st, 22nd, whatever. If you just focus on the 19th person, Hampel's Raven says that, okay, so, so so basically, you cannot prove that a 19th person doesn't exist, right? But if you prove that the killer isn't the 19th person, right? Then the killer has to be one of the 18. You know what I mean? That's if the options are between the 18 and a 19th person. But again, as Battler continued to argue, well, okay, so you prove that it's not the 19th person. What about the 20th? What about the 21st? What about the 22nd? Right? So that's how Bat was able to counter the Hempel's Raven, I guess. So Hempel's Raven is actually kind of mid. Not gonna lie, if Bat was able to counter it like that. But Beato is the endless witch, so Battler can go 21, 22, 23 for all of eternity. But Beato has the red truth that we all know about, so she can just go, all right, there's no more than 100 people on the island. So then she just needs to prove 19 through 100, and then boom, that's it. So it has to be on the 18. Battler loses out in the end. So it seems like Battler was struggling a little bit there at the end. However, now he's made a little noise as if, he's going to be able to counterattack. So I'm wondering now how he'll counterattack. I'm guessing it's going to be something along the lines of him using the red truths to his advantage to counterattack. Now, with red truths, as always, don't worry, y'all. I'll write them down after the party's over. So after I'm done recording, so I won't have to, uh, I won't have to waste time during the part where I'm slowing it down, dragging it on, just for me to write the red truths. Don't worry, I'll do it after the party's over. Because I used to do that before, and yeah, gave me someone gave me feedback to not do that, and so I won't. But we'll read the red truths together. I'm sure Beato's gonna give us some red truths. Here we go. Let's see how Battle's gonna counterattack. All right.
なに
What? Alright, he's laughing. He's got a plan, maybe.
そなた笑うか
I wonder what kind of creepy look I had on my face as I laughed right then. That red sure is scary. Every time it jumps out, I'm driven to the depths of hopelessness. But I had already realized it. There was no need to be unnecessarily afraid of the red.
また抜きやがったな。電化。
Oops.
それで
God damn it! I thought he was done speaking his sentence. My bad, y'all.
今度はベアトリーチェ様は何をどう赤で語ってくださるってんだ。
Oh.
それはどういう意味か
It's the cross again. Even though she's used it more than cross, cross originated it, so it still belongs to cross, okay? The whole. It still crosses.
急に余裕を見せようって
悪いが、その真っ赤な砲塔は俺も抜いてくれるのを待ってたんだ。
Yeah, I feel like we've all been waiting for that eventually, for her to bring that out.
さて、お前は今度は何を赤で宣言してくれるんだ？
I'd be waiting for you to take out the blood red treasured sword. To be fair, if you think about it, if Beato says in red that a 19th person doesn't exist, and there's no more than 18 people on the island, and if you go by the rules of Hempel's Raven, doesn't that mean that it has to be one of the 18? Which means, if it is one of the 18, it's a human. It's not a witch. Unless she even says it's red, but it can be done by a witch. Right? It's one of the 18, but it can be done by a witch. Otherwise, yes, Battle would have to deduce one of the 18 people remaining to be the culprit. But, at the very least, he then wins the game against Beato automatically. So Beato can't just say, "Oh, it's not a 19th person." There we go. Battler, please use that as an argument. Use that as an argument. Oh my god, I can't believe I just thought of that.
犯人は18人の中にいるとでも言ってくれる。
Exactly! Because then she just directly loses. Yes! Haha, we still have the upper hand.
言っとくが、そいつは
Yeah!
自爆だぜ。
Exactly, it would be. Unless she says that it could be a witch, and a witch doesn't count as one of the 18, 19, then sure. But again, wouldn't that kind of be like saying that, I don't know, because I don't like the whole, because obviously Beato could technically just say in red, "Oh, witches exist." She could just say that in red, but that is against the rules of the game, surely, right? She can't just say in red that witches exist, or I exist. Come on now.
その時点で、お前は魔女説を自ら捨てたも同然。まさに棟梁だ。
Exactly. That's right. The red isn't always necessarily to Beato's advantage. On the contrary, if she used it the wrong way, it's dangerous enough that she could bring about her own death. See? Now she's in a predicament! Nice going, Battler. If she used it carelessly and said something which ended up denying herself, that would be exactly the same as self-destructing.
確かに俺にとっても、18人の中に犯人がいると赤で言われることは受け入れたくない悲しい事実さ。たとえ誰が犯人であっても、俺はきっと辛い気持ちになるだろうぜ。だが、それはそれ以前に、お前の敗北も意味する。
Facts.
人間が犯人だとお前が赤で語ることは、お前の棟梁宣言にも等しい。お前が俺と差し違えても相打ちにしたいってんなら、それも面白い一手だろうぜ。だが、この勝負は俺の勝ちで終わる。
Nice counter. Beatrice's red was truly her secret weapon, her treasured blade. The things she spoke in red would become solidified as the truth, and no amount of evidence or counter-arguments could change them. They had cut me down to size many times now, rending into any supports my heart had to lead on. However, if she used it carelessly, then I could also find a little information about the truth. It's true. In the last game, especially during the chapel's locked room trick, I had taken advantage of that. Yeah, that's true. and had once closed her in almost completely. Exactly. The way, because she couldn't have watched Maria the entire time when she had she had her bag. So that's why you're able to take the advantage there. But she was also pretty sly. She had learned from experience and since then had started using discretion in the timing of the red. This feeling of tension was almost literally like a battle with real swords. This was a battle of high intelligence. No, not of intelligence. It really was twisted logic. This was the world's craziest and worst battle of twisted logic.
さあ、今度はお前の手番だぜ。そうさ。お前のヘンペルのカラスを使うには、まず18人以外に何人の人間がいるのかを赤で確定させる必要がある。その上で、それらの人間についてさらに赤で犯人でないことを宣言したならば、なるほど。こいつは俺にとって致命傷になるだろうぜ。
あれほど怯えていた赤を、もはやみじんも怯えぬとはな。
Not even an atom of fear.
たくましいやつよ。
But it's true, it would give us a lot of info. If he says in red that there's no more than 18 people, woof. Whoa, that does narrow it down a lot. Like a lot. So.
抜いてみろよ。殿下の宝刀。バッサリ決まって、今度こそ俺を屈服できるかもしれねえぜ。
Be careful, Beto. Be careful what you say in red.
面白い。
面白い, yeah?
こうでなくてはな。
Agitate her. Provoke her. Drive her into a corner to make her speak in red. Of course, her red has always cut right through my only threads of hope. But don't be afraid of that. On this island overcome with falsehoods and illusions, the only thing I can trust is the information that she speaks in red. It's true. That is the only thing you can trust. As 100% truth. Everything else can be vague, can be explained in different ways, but the things in red are the truth. It is my only way across the chasm of hell. Just a single tightrope. Her merciless blood-red blade is the only way I can survive. This isn't just walking on a tightrope, it's literally walking on the edge of a blade. Of course I'm afraid. In terms of her contrapositive, my victory condition, the denial of the witch, meant that the culprit was a human. But I didn't want to search for the culprit amid the 18. Therefore I held on to a weak point, since I had to deny the witch and the 18 at the same time. Since I had been unable to understand that last time, that was where she had hit me, leaving me tattered and defeated. But that's alright. Let her hit me. Let her attack. No problem. Yeah, because if she attacks, either way we gain something, right? Because if he says that it's one of the 18, we win. If he says that it's not one of the 18, there's a possibility that there's a human, right? There's a possibility there's another human, and we're still in the game, right? And we also confirm that it's not our family, which we're happy about. So either way, it's kind of it's a big win, small lose situation, but it's still like we're winning still. Either way. Someone said it once in an old sword fighting movie that a good fortress has one and only one intentionally weak point. Oh, okay. I like that. I like that metaphor. The enemy would gather there. They would be lured there. And that would be where the actual battle took place. As long as I understand my weak points, and as long as she wants to attack those weak points, it's as if I've induced her to attack there. Carefully judge the distance from your enemy and retreat step by step. Make them draw their sword first. Here we go. The more she recklessly flourished that red, the more chances I'll have to strike back. Don't be afraid of the red. Keep the pressure on so that she is forced to refute with the red. No matter how oppressively she speaks in red, yes, that red itself is the same as fresh blood spurting from her wounds.
さあ、どうしたよ。まずはこの島に合計で何人いるのか。 赤で語ってもらおうじゃねえか。さもないとお前のカラスは俺に切り込めないぜ。
破れかぶれがこうもやりにくいとは。捨て身というやつはいつの時代も侮れんな。やはり金蔵の孫か。
I'm better than Kenzo. That's the fact. He only has more knowledge because he's older, but I'm better. I'm better, alright? Frick Kenzo. I would never simp for you like he does.
追い詰められれば追い詰められるほどに不敵。
It's also inspiration from Kiria. Kiria even said that the more cornered you are, the weaker your opponent becomes, right? You'll find more weaknesses in your opponent when you're extremely cornered. That is the time to counter. So yeah, I'm glad Battle's using that and taking Kiria's words and making it work. Ronove cleared his throat.
膠着しましたね。せっかくの紅茶も冷めてしまいますよ、お嬢様。
Aha! You don't like cold tea, do you? Ronove was supposed to be her ally, roguishly rushed her next move. Let's go, Ronove. Help me out, thank you. Beato smiled back, probably intending to demonstrate that she was still relaxed, but she couldn't hide the sweat building up on her forehead. Haha, she's struggling. By now she had completely lost that relaxedness, which had allowed her to turn her nose up at her worthless opponent. Of course, she probably wasn't really cornered by something like this. She was just being cautious. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Beato's cornered. She's just being careful because of what she says now could come to haunt her. Even if she doesn't haunt her right now, even if she says something, a good comeback, it might come to haunt her in episode 4 when I go like, ha! Remember when you told me this in episode 3? Exactly. So that's why she's being cautious right now, so that she don't have to regret it later on. Until now, I had been inexperienced. I didn't have a good grasp on how to fight, and I was underpowered as an opponent. It's true. However, now that we had reached the third game, she realized that I was starting to become skilled, and she had grown more cautious, thinking every move over carefully. Which means that Beato's making more mistakes in episode 1 and 2. She was probably making a lot of mistakes in episode 1 and 2 that we can probably go back on and notice. But honestly, I'm getting more. Maybe I'm getting more skilled along with Battler. I'm definitely not getting more skilled along with Battler, but it's good that Battler's getting more skilled because that, you know, that's good for me. Sure, that's just fine, Beatrice. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Are you happy now?
面白くなってきたぜ。
Now things are getting interesting. She's still sweating.
バトラー。
Yeah, that's right. I'm your opponent. That's right. I keep battling. Because I'm battler. I'm a fighter.
拉致が開かねえな。
We're at a standstill, honestly. We're not going anywhere. We're not going there. She's not gonna say red truth. I'm not gonna back down. Let's just go back to the real world and see other stuff happen, alright?
なら、ズバッと気持ちよく、いつものやつで行こうじゃねえか。
ほう。
Oh, I cross.
いつものやつとな。ならば頼もうではないか。あれを聞かぬと、やはり始まった気がせぬわ。
The first move was mine. Alright. Last time it was the turn of the Golden Witch. Now it's my turn. my first turn. My first move.
行くぜ、ベアト。
Here I come. There it is.
副賞要求。
Repetition requested! Dead of the Grave. I love this soundtrack. Here we go.
この島には18人しかいない。
You know she won't repeat that. You know she won't. You know she won't. You know she won't. Let's go. Let's go.
そう赤で言われちまったら、俺は18人の誰かを疑わざるを得ない。
But we also win. Let's go.
19人目の仕業にはもうできず、八方塞がりさ。だが、俺は18人の中に犯人が絶対にいないと信じてる。あんな残酷な殺人を18人の誰にも起こせるものか。
Alright. Alright. Repetition requested. One more time.
繰り返すぞ副将要求
Repetition requested!
この島には18人しかいない
She's not gonna say it. You know she won't. You know she won't. She can't. I decline.
拒否する
Let's go. Let's go.
理由は明かさない
I won't say why. You don't need to. Keep sweating. Keep sweating. Phew. I had avoided what would have been the worst threat for me. Yeah, that would have been the worst threat for you. I honestly, because I don't have the same connection to your family, I don't have the same connection to the family as much as Battle does. So for me, I don't really care if it's on the 18. As long as it's not Beato, or at the very least, because you guys already know, I do think Beato exists, I just won't accept her, basically. But I'd rather be on Battler's side here in saying that she doesn't exist, rather than, I don't know. I just keep the rules on of being on Battler's side, even though I do think she exists and she can use magic, but at the same time, I won't simp for her, basically. That's basically my mindset. I've already explained this before. On the other hand, I'm still gonna side with Battler here, in a way. In a weird way, even though I do think she exists, I'm still gonna side with Battler in saying that she doesn't exist. But, I mean, for me, that would be the best threat, technically, in a way. Because if he confirms it's on the 18, I've won. But yeah, okay. If she had repeated that, I would have been faced with those two worst choices of accepting the witch or suspecting one of the 18. Like last time all over again. Yeah. But Beato had not proclaimed my ultimate and greatest weakness in red. Alright. She had declined to repeat it, even though there was no reason why she shouldn't have struck. Even though it was even though it was a weakness she should have been drooling at. Wait a minute. So if she says in red that the culprit is one of the 18, does that mean that it's either one of the 18 or Beato, like Beato just said? Then I don't see why Beato wouldn't just say that in red. Right? Because technically anything Ronove does or or anything that the 7 stakes do, right? Or even I guess Lambda Delta, but even then, that's the work of witches. So you telling me why would she otherwise be scared to say? That means there might be other people at play here. Lambda Delta may be at play, and if Lambda Delta is at play, then she could be part of the culprit and not just one of the 18, maybe? She hadn't sliced me up with red by using that move, which should have been as good as forking a rook and the king. This was a big sign of my advantage. That's right. The culprit isn't one of the 18 people. I won't doubt anyone. And since the culprit isn't a witch either, it means that a 19th person exists on this island. Well, if you're Battler, yeah, you're convinced that a 19th person exists. At the very least. If you're Battler. Yeah. And that's you! A person who, as grandfather's mistress of 30 years, has been living secretly in a hidden mansion in the forest for a long, long time. The human Beatrice. Alright, so Battler believes that a human Beatrice exists. Mistress of Kinzo lives in a mansion in the forest for over 30 years. And she exists as a human, not as a witch. Okay.
そうさお前は魔女なんかじゃないこの島に何十年も隠れ住んできたただの人間なんだ
1000年を経た無限の魔女のわらわをただの人間呼ばわりしたか
To be fair, you used to be a human once upon a time. A mere human line really reminds me of Jinbei saying a mere Yonko. Oh, the big moment. Oh, that was a great scene. You think I'd be scared of a mere Yonko? Ah, that was a great scene. Ah, anyway. For a while, Beatrice continued to laugh unpleasantly, gloating or maybe spiteful.
いいか、続けるぜ。続けて復唱要求。
Repetition requested!
この島には19人以上がいる。
Ooh! I mean, that's Hempel's Raven, isn't it? Actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because of which? Because witches can exist, it's not Hempel's Raven. Because I'm gonna say, isn't that Hempel's Raven? Saying that... Right? Because if it's not one of the 18, that there must be at least 19 people on this island. That's Hempel's Raven, no? No? Right? It's like you have a box that says it's 18 people, and if you open that box, then you know there's not a 19th person. But if you open the other box and it says there's a 19th person, that means it's not one of the 18 people. That means there's not 18 people, sorry. That means it's not 18 people. It's another Hempel's Raven situation. I'm gonna bet that... Right? Considering the... But to be fair, she did decline to say in red the other one. So if she declines this one... If she declines this... To repeat this, then it's all vague. Yeah, it's all vague. Alright, we're good. Beatrice fell silent once again. Yeah, she can't repeat that. The feeling that confirming the number of humans on this island might possibly stand to give her some large disadvantage was probably making her extremely cautious. Yeah. The red had already become a foothold for my counterattack. Because if Beato confirms how many humans there are on this island, that's huge for us. Think about it. That's huge for us. No matter how many. If he confirms a specific amount, that's huge. That's huge. No matter if she says 18 or 19 or more, that's huge. If you get confirmed a specific number, even if she confirms that there's at least 19, that's still huge. Either way, it's a dub for us. So she's being cautious of that. With that in mind, the red had become a risk for the witch. Yeah. But if she couldn't speak this, her Hempel's Raven wouldn't work. Exactly. Her Hempel's Raven can only work if she confirms a more specific amount. In order to break my Blood Wolf's proof, first the existence of a number of people outside the 18 needed to be confirmed in red. That's right. She couldn't break the existence of a 19th person unless she used red. I had closed Beato in, giving her no choice but to speak in red. There really was a way to fight. In this witch's game! Use their own attack against them. Use their own attack against them.
お前が赤で言えないなら、この島の合計人数は18プラス X ってことになる。
Correct, Battler. Great maths.
この X は初手で許すには相当でかい大駒だぜ。何しろ以後18人の誰にも不可能だったという根拠のトリックは全て18人以外の人間 X で説明可能になる。
So then we become at that standstill again.
全員アリバイ系の密室を全て打ち破れる大駒だ。
It's true. It's true. It will break alibis. However, the one thing it won't break is things that cannot be explained through human means. As in things that a human couldn't do. There's also the master keys. The 5 master keys belonging to 5 servants. That's another issue. Kanon, Shannon, Genji, Kumasawa, Gora. Those master keys are another topic, right? Even if everyone has an alibi, the fact that the 5 servants have 5 master keys, that is also going to trouble you. So that's another problem. So like, even if a human X outside of the 18 people exists, there's still the master key problem, and there's still things that can't be explained through human means. Remember, Battler, that is the only way to entrap you from now on. She cannot entrap you with saying that, oh, it can be only 18 people, right? Because she can't, right? So anything can now be explained by saying that, oh, a 19th person could have done it. But still, a 19th person could have done it, they still would have needed to be able to do it in human ways. That's where we're limiting things. If they can't, If you cannot explain how the 19th person did something in human ways, then she'd still win Battler. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's a big advantage. It's big info. It's big for us, but it's still not. We're still gonna have some trouble with the locked rooms in episode 2, even knowing this info. It was just like a bishop in chess, which can cut a thin line through enemy forces as long as there's a slight gap. It only exerts an effect over squares of the same color, but it has a great ability to control the board. Decline. It looked like Beata also well understood her current plight. She couldn't just let such an important piece go, especially this close to the beginning of the game. If she pulled out her red treasured sword, it wouldn't be that difficult to save that piece. But Beata was completely aware that I was expecting it. She was afraid that a careless red truth might end up strangling her own neck. Because, in the first place, a witch was something which should be denied in red. What? Wait, what do you mean by that? In the first place, a witch was something that should be denied in red? Huh? What? What do you mean by that? Ah, whatever, we'll keep going. I don't know what she means by that. What he means by that. Believe. Don't doubt. Witches don't exist. Something like that can't exist in this world. They only exist in the cracks in reality. They are a fragile existence, curled up in these cracks, frantically trying to protect themselves from the brutal winds of truth. And they can only barely exist like a mirage by surviving on falsehoods and fantasy. In other words, the red, which only witches can use, is the very reality by which they risk denying themselves. In other words, I'm struggling to understand what he's saying here. In other words, the red, which only witches can use, the very reality by which they risk denying themselves. Yeah, sure. The more they brandish their red words, the more they begin to lose bit by bit that crack in reality inside which they can endure. That is why they don't want, through the red, to carelessly lose that crack in reality which is based on fuzzy information, or in other words, fantasy. Because they understand that they would be gradually cornering themselves. Of course, she would never admit it. Because if she did, it would be the same as admitting that she is something that can't exist in this world, like an imaginary number. Don't be afraid. Stay strong. She knows this deep down and better than anyone. That her red treasured sword can't easily be used without considerable resolve.
どうしたよ。繰り返すぜ。副将要件。
Repetition requested.
この島には19人以上がいる。
She ain't repeating that. She declines. At the end of a long time spent deliberating, letting a single deep breath escape, she quietly proclaimed her refusal. I had thought that she'd use it, but Beata refused to speak in red, even though it would cost her victory in the opening part of the game. Yeah.
拒否したな。ということは今後、俺は18人以外の架空人物 X を何人でも使い放題ってことになるぜ。
You can indeed create as many fictional character X's outside of the 18 as you want, correct. Which means you can say that any situation ever, any murder ever, you can explain that by saying 100 people worked together to kill this person. You can literally say that and you're good. That literally, yeah. Oh yeah, 100 people murdered that person. That's why it was possible. That's why it's so crazy.
好きにするがよい。わらわはそなたの復唱を拒否し、今はそれで十分である。拒否の理由は。
Is she gonna explain the reason she declined?
いや、
Ah,
今はまだ明か
she will not reveal the reason for now. Okay.
さない。いずれすぐにわかる。
You will know soon in any case. Okay. Alright.
もったいぶりやがってよ。
あえて使わぬ赤もまた赤らしい使い方だ。そなたは赤き宝刀と呼んだ。愉快な例え。わらわも使おう。宝刀は抜かぬうちが花よ。むしろ抜かぬことによって醸せるイフというものも。
Okay.
そうだな。俺はお前がいつ赤でひっくり返してくるか常に念頭に置いて戦わなければならない。こいつはえれえプレッシャーだ。それに副将を拒否される方が辛い場合もある。何しろ俺の読みが正しいから拒否できないのか、
Or whether she just doesn't want to.
ミスリードにはまって泳がされてるのか区別がつかないだろうな。
It's true.
そういう意味ではなるほど抜かずの宝刀ってわけだ。
なあ、同じ突き落とす少しでも高いところに行かせてからに限る。まだ始まったばかり。まだまだ。この勝負は今は淡き勝利に今は弱
Damn it. I caught it off again.
い。今は
Alright, faint victory. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. A good start to episode 3. Faint victory. Glass break, maybe? How far into this chapter are we? No, not yet. That bitter comment did in fact appear to have marked the end of the game's opening battle. Even so, I couldn't relax my guard at all. I was unable to relax my feeling of tension until I was greeted by the sound of Ronove's applause.
お見事です、バトラ様。まずは序盤はバトラ様有利の展開でスタートというところでしょうか。
At the very least, yeah. But so did last game in a way, with the chapel. Last game with the chapel was kind of to my advantage as well. So we and then she humiliated me at the end. So we gotta be careful.
さあな、この駒が俺の手でもぎ取ったものなのか取るよう誘導されたものかはまだわからねえな。どうせお前のことだ。俺が罠にはまり始めてるのを知ってて白々しく拍手をしてるんだろ。
まさか序盤とはいえお嬢様より一本を奪った手腕を純粋に祝福いたしております。何しろお嬢様はすぐ増長するお方。
It's like Kiria said, she's arrogant.
たまにはこのような刺激も良い薬かと思いますよ。
お前んとこの執事ほんと口悪いな。
He does.
であろう。たまにわらわでもカチンとくるぞ。
それは大変に失礼いたしました。さあさあ、お嬢様にバトラ様、紅茶のおかわりはいかがですかな。まだゲームは始まったばかりでございます。ゲームを彩るお茶とお菓子はどうかこの私めにお任せを。
Alright, you're just gonna overfeed us with tea.
どうぞお気兼ねなくゲームをおすすめになってください。
Or maybe overdrink us, I should say. Just make us drown in tea.
そうさせてもらう。
Although if I die, Beato can just pick me back up again with her powers.
先を進めるぜ。これからが本番だ。
よかろう。時計を進めようではないか。
That's the clock.
どの上紅茶を頼む。
かしこまりました。クッキーは？
Cookie?
いらぬ。ベルゼブブにあれば喜ぼう。
Oh, Beelzebub. Well, she said Beelzebub. I thought it was Beelzebub. I'm better pronounced. It's because B is pronounced B, so I thought it was Beelzebub. But maybe that's just Japanese. They say Beelzebub. I don't know. I say Beelzebub. I could be wrong. I don't care.
しばし沈黙せよ
I do care a little bit. I should be pronouncing names correctly. And I'm probably angering people. Remain silent for now. Alright, Beelzebub, you get to be a little happy. While listening to the sound of the demon butler pouring tea, the witch closed her eyes slightly and fell into silence. For some time, she was deeply lost in thought, but eventually a roguish glint came to her eyes. She's thinking of her next move.
よかろうわらわがどうして初手にて赤で語るのを拒否したのか今より分からせてやろう
Alright, she's gonna explain the reason. Alright, why?
何
She's gonna explain the reason why she didn't say that the culprit's one of the 18.
上等じゃねえかよ。お手並み拝見と行くぜ。
やはり見逃すには惜しい大駒よ拙速かもしれぬが動かせてもらおう赤は使わぬ今よりそれをわらわに代わってローザが説明する
Rosa? She's still here?
聞くがよ
Rosa? Or in real life, you mean? You mean in real life? I guess she means in real life. Yeah, okay. She means in real life, in the visual novel. Got it.
もちろん私も同意よローザもそうでしょローザ
You too, right, Rosa? Rosa, I agree as well.
ごめんなさい
Okay, apparently Rosa's gonna explain something for Beato.
私も同じよ同意するわ
She agrees.
どうしたんや、ローザさん。あんたさっきからずいぶんおとなしいな。体調でも悪いんとちゃうか
Are you feeling sick? From the beginning, Rosa had never been one to willingly cut in on the siblings' fights. Yeah, she never has been doing that from the past couple of episodes. She's always been really silent, so I don't know why Hideyoshi's asking this. But even so, she seemed unmotivated, and had said almost nothing at all during this night's conference. The whole time she had been hanging her head and appeared to be thinking of something else.
あんたさっきからぼんやりしてるわよそんなので遺産が守れると思ってるのあんたも一児の母なんだからもっとしっかりなさいよ
You're the mother of your child, so get a stronger hold on yourself.
ごめんなさい
I'm sorry. Stop hassling Rosa like this, y'all. Hey, get out. Don't do this to her. I'm not allowing this.
朝がだいぶ早かったんじゃないかね。体調が悪いなら無理をしない方がいいだろう。
If you feel sick, you shouldn't overdo it.
客室にベッドの用意がありますよお休みになってはいかがですかご案内しますよ
How about taking a rest? I'll guide you.
いえ大丈夫ですありがとう
I'm fine, thank you.
どうしたんだ何か心配事でもあるのか
Is there something you're worrying about?
いえ別に
No, not really. Well, there's clearly something worrying you're worried about, because Beato said you're gonna explain something. So there's clearly something.
そうさっきからずっと心ここにあらずという感じよそしてそれは今私たちがしている議題と何か関係があるんじゃないかしら
It feels like your mind has been elsewhere this whole time. At those words, everyone stared at Rosa together. Hey, stop putting pressure on her! She'll talk when she wants to talk! Don't worry, Rosa, I'm with you. I'm with you, Rosa, I'm with you. I'm with you. God damn, bro. Hey, Rosa, I also don't like when the attention is at me. Don't stare at me, alright? I'll talk when I want to talk. God damn, bro. As if in response, Rosa's shoulders quivered. Apparently, Kiria's guess hadn't been wrong. Nor did Rosa deny it.
いえ
She swallowed whatever it was she had been about to say and went silent again. By now, even the other siblings were also beginning to realize that something about her demeanor was different from usual.
どうしたんだ
I like her. I like a Dua Lipa song, Demeanor. I don't know, that word just came up and then reminded me of the Dua Lipa song, Demeanor, featuring Pop Smoke. They just took clips of him after he passed away. Like the song came out a year after he passed away or something. It was crazy, but I do like the song. A bit rough. I feel like if Pop Smoke was alive, it would have been a much better song. I mean, if he was actually there to perform it and stuff. But it just it feels a bit like rough and cut together. But it's still a good song. Anyway.
さっきからおかしいぞ。
Oh yeah. By the way, I should say this as well. Yesterday, as I'm recording this, yesterday the former prime minister of Japan died. He got assassinated straight up during a speech. That was crazy. Shinzo Abe. I mean, I'm sure you guys know about him. I mean, he was before a couple of years ago. Before a couple of years ago, he was like the prime minister of Japan for like a decade, like a while. He was a big prime minister, right? He got assassinated yesterday. Some guy just walked up to him making a speech with a gun, I think. I don't know if it was an assault rifle or something. I don't know. It might be a normal gun. He took 2 shots and killed him. Just like that. I mean, he got tackled down and he didn't resist. But he just went up and shot him. I don't know where the security was at. Right? The fact that someone could come that close. I mean, dang. As he was giving a speech, imagine that. Imagine you're a bystander there, right? And a former president is giving a speech, and some guy just comes in assassinating the president, just like that, or prime minister. Sorry, former prime minister. That was crazy, by the way. I saw a clip of it. I mean, I didn't see his actual body, his dead body, but I saw a clip of him like falling over. Someone was filming his speech, and then the camera went all shaky, and then he fell over, and then there's another clip of the security guards tackling the guy. I mean, that's horrible. That was tragic. So yeah, there you go. Assassinations happen in Japan, right? I mean, that's probably an assassination to remember. Maybe not. I don't know. I think the most infamous one is JFK, right? In the 1960s. I don't know when it happened. 1963, 64. I don't know. A long time ago. But yeah, that's the most famous one. I mean, that's the one that I've seen the most documented. Everyone was talking about it. So yeah. But yeah, recent assassination. Assassinating prime ministers, presidents, leaders of countries, even former leaders in this case, happens pretty often actually. Tragic stuff. I mean, yeah. Anyway, back to the visual novel.
何か思うことでもあるのか?
Do you have something on your mind? Says Rudolph.
わしら全員で団結しようって誓い合ったばかりやないか。一人で悩むなんて水臭い話やで。話したってな。
Let's talk it over.
どうぞ話しなさい。
Rosa, tell us. Pressed by the men one after the other, Rosa made up her mind and nervously began to open up. It was almost as though she was trying to confess to some modest prank which had inadvertently brought about a serious situation. Such was the atmosphere in the room.
いえ、ベアトリーチェっていうお父様の愛人って本当に生きてるのかしらって思って。
Is she really still alive? Is Beatos really still alive?
はあ？そりゃ生きてるに決まってるでしょう。こうして手紙を送ってくるぐらいだもの。
元気かどうかは別の問題だろうけどな。肖像画の美女も今じゃきっといいお年だろうぜ。
Okay, so the reason why I'm chuckling, in case the frame rate is messing me up here, Rudolph said the lovely woman in that portrait must be getting up there in age by now. That's why I cackled. Alright? That's why I did the Beato cackle. Except, I feel like my cackling is better to hear than Beato's cackle. Beato's cackle is annoying, right? At least my cackle is contagious. Alright? Give me that much. See? Okay, see that? You know, I take pride in my cackles. Alright, anyway.
元気やと思うで。金のことで悪知恵働くやつは決まっていくつになっても元気や。 案外悪巧みは最高の回春剤かもしらへんで。
Alright. Neither she's saying she's healthy.
生きてるはずないの。
She can't be alive. Why? Why is Rosa saying this?
今なんて
What did you just say?
ベアトリーチェは死んでるのよ。あ、私が殺した。
There is a lot to unpack there. Rosa, there is a lot to unpack here. Ah. Ah. Behold the sweet fish river, running through my beloved home of old. You who seeks the key to the golden land, follow its path downstream. There's a lot to unpack. Okay, Rosa, continue. Nah, let's let Rosa continue. You know what? I have a lot I want to say. I have so much I want to say, but I feel like if I say it, I'm gonna talk for 20 minutes straight. Okay? If I say it, I will talk for 20 minutes. So let's let her continue. Let's let this discussion finish. I think I get where Berto's getting at a tiny bit. But you know what? Let's let the discussion finish. And then there's a lot to unpack. Okay, let's get more info. Let's get more info first. That is wild. Okay.
なんだって。
What did you say? Alright.
どういうことよローザ。
Alright, what do you mean, Rosa? Okay.
でも私が殺したわけじゃ。でも私があんなところに連れ出したから。
To a place like that?
やっぱり私が殺したのよ。あれは夢だと思い込もうとしたのよ。
I tried to make myself believe it was a dream. It was only just a dream. Okay. I'm not gonna unpack it yet, because there is a lot to unpack. We're gonna be talking for an hour straight, so I'm not gonna do that. But that her saying that she killed Beato, it's kind of like how Rudolph said that he was gonna die tonight in episode 1. Like Rudolph already knew he was gonna die in episode 1. It's kind of like that, except worse, because there's a lot more to unpack when it comes to Rose saying that than Rudolph saying whatever that he said. Still crazy.
でもやっぱりあれは夢じゃなかったのよ。だからこれはベアトリチェの俺からの手紙なのよ。
Okay, well, ghosts they don't exist. If you're thinking like Battler, witches, ghosts, etc. don't exist. So Rosa said that it was a letter from a ghost, from her ghost. In case that you guys didn't catch that, it was so sudden that everyone was lost for words. Rosa kept on talking, unable to stop, holding her head as her hair flew all about.
どうか落ち着いてローザさん。
Please calm yourself.
わしには何がないやらさっぱりや。もう死んどる？
Dude, this visual novel keeps having these twists and turns, man. How could anyone have expected that? Come on now. No way y'all expected Rosa to say that. I mean, unless you've already read it. Then, yeah, I guess you would have. But, come on, no way. That came out of nowhere.
どういう意味なんや？
Alright, already dead? What do you mean? The detective is already dead. That's not a good show. It's not. It's the most mediocre show I think I've ever seen. Alright.
2つの意味があると思うわ。
まず一つ目は言葉通りの意味、そしてもう一つは私たちの想像が正しかったことを裏付けるもの。
It means two things. First, it's literally meaning, and second, it substantiates that our earlier guess was correct. That she's arrogant.
ということでローサはベアトリーチェに会ったことがあるというのか。
Rosa, you have met with Beatrice.
そんな話ローザの口からは一度も聞いたことがないわ。
Yeah, I wonder why. If y'all weren't such abusive older siblings, she would have opened up more. But y'all are pricks. And I'm here for Rosa. But y'all aren't. Y'all are pricks.
ローザ、いつよ。あなたは一体いつベアトリーチェに会ったのよ。
When could you have possibly met Beato?
昔よ。ずっと昔よ。まだこの島に引っ越してきたばかりで、私は幼かった。私は悪くないの。私が殺したわけじゃ。
It wasn't my fault. It's not like I killed her. But earlier you said you killed her. And now you're saying that you led her to her death or something?
落ち着け。誰もお前を責めちゃいねえぜ。まず水でも飲め。なつきさん、水差しを頼む。
I'll see the picture, please.
はい、どうぞローザさん。
She must have been holding on to that guilt for years then, or decades even.
どうか落ち着いて。
Please calm yourself. Until Rosa was able to regain her calm amidst her ragged breathing, no one was able to speak a word. Alright. At least Natsu's kind to Rosa. That's the end of the chapter. Whew. Alrighty then. Rosa and the Witch of the Forest. We're going back to the past? Wait! This place! Wait! Wait, no. 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 You're not gonna do that. No! 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 What? What is this place? No! 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 No!
ベアトリーチェ。
No! 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 Why are you here? Kins!
先ほどから呼んでおる。
What?
聞こえなんだか。
そうであったか。すまぬ。
What?
ぼんやり考え事をしていた。
What?
許せ。
I was lost in my thoughts. Is it because you were reminiscing about this place being where you were born? With your master? Was Beato born in Rokkenjima? Does Beato originate from Rokkenjima? So her meeting her master, was that in Rokkenjima as well? Wait, there's so much to unpack, oh my god.
良い天気だな。
The weather is pleasant, there's no typhoon.
なるほど。陽気に心を奪われるのもわかるというもの。紅茶はここで飲むか？
Where's Rosa?
わらわは何者なのか。
Who am I? Stop it with this philosophical bullcrap. Where's Rosa? When does she kill you?
今紅茶を持ってくる。しばし待て。
紅茶は良い。わらわの話に付き合え。
よかろう。
Kinzet used the excuse of going to bring some black tea to try and interrupt the conversation for the time being, but his attempt had been very transparent. I sat in the garden chair and beckoned Kinzo to do the same. Kinzo sat down heavily, exaggerating his age. For a while we sat appreciating the sounds.
わらわは何者なのか。
Who am I?
この問いに今日まで答えてくれた者はおらぬ。
What?
なぜか皆目をそらしはぐらかす。
Kinzo, answer her question! have. Well, yeah, this is old Kinzo, so clearly you've known him for decades.
わらわはそなたを無二の友であり、そして
What?
父ですらあると思っておる。
Huh?
だからどうか教えてほしい。そなたは知っているはずだ。
You must know
わらわが何者であるかを。
who I am? Huh? My brain doesn't compute.
なぜにそのようなことが気になるのか。そなたはベアトリーチェ、この屋敷の主ではないか。それ以上の何を知りたいというのか。
わからぬ。
なんだ、何が知りたいのか自分でもわからぬというのか。それは不可解な。若き日には出口なき思考の迷路にて遊びたくなることもある。そなたの悩みもそれであろう。
What? Kinzo laughed as though it was a trivial matter. However, I couldn't help but feel that this behavior was nothing but another attempt to force me to stop my further questioning.
やはりそなたもそれを語ってはくれぬのか。
語ることなど何もない。そなたはベアトリーチェだ。それで十分ではないか。
You're Beatrice, isn't that more than enough?
いや違う。
That's not it? What?
わらわが知りたいのは名前ではない。わらわが何者なのか。
What? Well, you're wearing your witch clothes, so I guess the first thing that comes up is that you're... The first thing that comes to mind is that you're a witch. But Kinzo can see you, and Kinzo's usually not supposed to see you, no? Aren't you supposed to be invisible to Kinzo? Unless you show your human form? So I guess you're a human? Question mark?
わらわは誰で
Human.
何で
Human? If Kinzo can see you, you're a human? Question mark?
いつからここにいて、そしていつまでここで日々を過ごせばよいのか。
And her voice, you can tell by the tone of her voice, she's being very innocent. Like, she's not her usual self, her usual self. You can there's a weird personality switch for Beato right now, and I don't like it.
やはり紅茶を持ってこよう。せっかくの陽気がもったいないとは思わぬか。
これは何の話だ。
Thanks, Battler. I'll explain.
どうやらお前の昔話のようだが。
It looks like the story of your past, right?
そのようだな。
What do you mean it appears so? What do you mean?
まさかここまで遡るとは。
Do you think that we'll go this far back? Huh?
自分は誰なのかとはまあえらく高尚な悩みをお持ちのようじゃねえか。
High-minded furries. Sorry for cutting you off there, Battler.
無理もない。当時のわらわは自分が何者なのか、
But how? You've been living for 1,000 years.
何のために生きているのかを理解できなかった。
ま、誰でも思春期になると
Puberty! This is which puberty we're witnessing. After 970 years, she starts thinking, who am I? I'm about to approach 1,000. Oh no, it's time to puberty.
自分の生きる意味とは何ぞやみたいな哲学的な悩みに一度はとらわれるものさ。お前にもそんな微笑ましい時期があっただけという話だろ。
Except she's been living for 1,000 years. And Kinzo's a human? Question mark? So, by the time Kinzo's born, Beato's at least 900 years old. Eh?
わらわは生まれた時からその屋敷におった。
That I know. You were in this mansion, and you broke the vase, and then your master fixed it for you, and now you're here with Kinzo, who can see you. And Kinzo's old though. He's his old figure. He's got like white hair and white beard. So unless they can be bothered making a sprite for younger Kinzo, which they made a sprite for younger Eva, so they could have been bothered making a sprite for younger Kinzo. If this is like 30 years in the past, I'm sure Kinzo did not look like that 30 years in the past. So, I don't know.
そして屋敷の中だけで生きた。もちろん庭には出られたが、敷地はとても高い柵で囲まれており、それを出ることはできず、また出てはならないと厳しく言われておった。わらわはな、屋敷と庭は自由に歩けたが、その外へは自らの意志ではたった一歩出ることさえ叶わなかったのだ。
そりゃどういう意味だよ。物心ついた時からずっとカゴの鳥だったって言いたいのか。
そういうものだと思っていた。何しろ気づいた時からそういう生活だったから疑問にも思わなかった。
お前一体何者なんだ。
それよ。
That's exactly what she was asking. That's what she was asking Kenzo.
それこそわらわもまた望んだものだ。
And have you found the truth? Have you found out what you are, I guess? Question mark?
どうせ人間ではなくて魔女でしたって言いやがるんだろ。
いや違う。まだ違う。いや、かつてそうだったと言うべきか。
He was once correct that you were not a human but a witch?
わらわは金蔵によって作られた。人間によって作られた人間だ。
I guess we're on acid now. I guess we're on acid. We're taking drugs. Alright, cool.
いや、肉でできた檻とでも言うべきか。
Cage made of flesh? A human built by a human? Yeah, alright guys, we're taking heavy drugs here. We're on LCD, we're on yeah. Now we've reached that point now. We reached that point where like none of this makes sense. Cool. Yeah, cool. I don't understand what's happening anymore. You're constructed by Kinzo. Great, fantastic. Was that supposed to be some Oh, I totally understand what's going on now. Is this your beloved home of old? Where the frick is the Sweetfish River? If this is your I'm guessing this is your beloved home of old. Where's the frick is this Sweetfish River? Alright, show me the way to the Sweetfish River. Or if that's a metaphor for something, show me the way. And then maybe I can follow it downstream and search for the key, okay? You freaking frick. Is the key the vase? The vase that you broke? And then your master saved that? A cage made of flesh? A human built by a human. You're a cage made of... Whatever that means.
なんだよそりゃ。
Thank you, Battler. You're asking the same question I am. None of this makes sense.
妙な話を言い出しやがって。
Constructed by Kinzo. I thought furniture was supposed to be constructed. I don't know. Did you go from being a furniture to a human to then a witch? That's a crazy upgrade. So is that why you make so much fun of furniture all the time? Is that why you're cheating channel the whole time? Nah, I don't like this. I don't know. I don't like this.
どうせそなたは信じぬだろうが
I mean, I definitely don't know.
な。まずは聞け。
I'll listen. Alright, talk your talk.
わらわは千年を経た偉大なる魔女であっ
You were. And then he became human?
た。しかしある時、金蔵によって呼び出され、
And then turned into a human.
その秘術にて永遠の虜となるよう縛られた。
Honestly, that doesn't shock me. And the reason why that doesn't shock me is because this was kind of hinted in episode 2. And I even theorized this sort of thing in episode 2. I kind of theorized this in episode 2, where when she said she was talking to Shannon on the beach, and she was looking past at the sea or something, and Shannon noticed that her look was different, and then Beato said, "Oh, how lonely to be trapped here for several decades. How lonely. I've been trapped on this island." She said something along those lines. That's when I thought, okay, so she was summoned by Kinzo, because that's already been established. She was summoned by Kinzo, and then maybe that summoning or whatever made her trapped on the island of Rokkenjima. So I already kind of theorized that sort of thing before. So this doesn't surprise me. The fact that she's imprisoned by Kinzo on Rokkenjima and she can't escape doesn't surprise me. But I do wonder how breaking the spirit mirror that Shannon broke, how that helps her. And then I wonder about this whole stuff regarding the whole riddle stuff. The riddle, the ritual, the killings. How does that correlate? That's my issue. But the fact that you're summoned by Kinzo and then trapped here, or if this is I don't know if this is Rokkenjima or not. I don't know if this place is Rokkenjima or not. But that sort of thing, I kind of already came to a similar conclusion before. But now you're just confirming it for me. So, all right. But what is news to me, what is a bit more shocking, I guess I should say, was that you were a witch that lived for 1,000 years, and then you were summoned by Kinzo, and then you returned to a human. So is that the human Beato that was walking around in episode 2? The one that Kiryu was seeing, the one that everyone else was seeing? Was that the human Beato? I don't know. I can't explain it just yet, but we'll keep it going. Maybe we'll see some more hints. Some more info. I'll listen first. Like she says, I'll listen to more. Some more.
そりゃ初耳だぜ。後ろ宮家で知られてる話では、お前はじい様に呼び出されて、悪魔の契約みたいなのを結んで、黄金を授けたってことになってるぜ。
Yeah. And then by doing that, she got trapped. She got trapped in the island or something.
それは正しい。そしてわらわは黄金を授け、契約の終わる時まで姿を消すはずだ。
But Rosa spotted you and killed you? What a terrible way to die. Yeah, deserved. Good job, Rosa.
しかし、まあモテる女の辛いとこよな。金蔵はこともあろうか、わらわに恋をした。
So he did fall in love with you. The whole mistress stuff was true. Ah, we're getting somewhere. So he was in love. Okay, I was wondering whether he truly fell in love with you, or whether that was just a theory that the family members came up with. There was something to that loving. He does love you. So again, he's cheating on his wife. Cheating on his wife. That's rough. That's rough for Kenzo. Alright, that's already like respect down. Respect down right there. Although the marriage between him and his wife was arranged, it wasn't real, right? It was just a family business. So I guess respect a bit up. Respect up. Respect got a bit up from where it went down originally, but it's still lower than it was at the very, very start. It's still a bit lower, but respect up for the fact that, okay, it was arranged marriage, you didn't even get to choose your wife, it was for business. Alright, sure. You ended up truly loving Beato. Alright, okay. Still kinda, I don't know about the cheating on your wife. I guess your wife being convinced that you had a mistress, Kinzo. I guess she was right. She was right on the money. It's tough being a popular woman. Kinzo fell in love with me. I was supposed to hide myself until the contract was over. But because Kinzo fell in love with you, you can hide yourself? Did he make a contract for you to stay with him?
じい様も金眼が進んでたんだろうよ。ついでに乱視だな。よりによってお前に惚れるとはよ。
Yeah, don't worry, Battler. We'll never fall in love with her. What she's done to us. We can never be Kinzo. She can keep calling us Kinzo's grandchild or whatever. But hey, what we know we know we know that Beato's not the one. All right. If anything, Beato's master, we're going after her. Beato herself. I mean, I guess Beato's master is also called Beato. But our Beato, the Golden Witch, nah. Imagine being in love with her, bro. That's rough, buddy. That's rough. Her personality is so ugly. I don't know how you can possibly be in love with her. Horrible.
まあわらわにとっては迷惑この上ない話よ。
Good. Hey, Kinzo, keep falling in love with her. Keep her annoying. That's fantastic for me. Fantastic news.
しかし人間の力とは恐ろしいものでな。あれは恐ろしい力を発揮してわらわをこの地へ釘付けにしたのだ。
So he was able to use magic to deadlock you to this place. You're saying this place again. I see this place where you grew up in, where you met your master Beatrice, where you broke the vase, and then I think Rockinjima. Okay, what's wrong? What's wrong there?
わらわが首を縦に振らぬ限り解放せぬと言ってな。なんとも強引な男よ。
I won't be free until I'm nodding my head in agreement. So you agreed to be his mistress, so you can get set free, or did you disagree and you were like, nah, I ain't being your mistress. I'd rather be stuck here. Is that it?
すげえじゃねえかよ。じいさまがオカルトかぶれなのは誰もが知るところだが。
To fall in love with a witch, I know, right? That's crazy.
大魔女ベアトリーチェ様を釘付けにするほどの力があったとはな。
Hilarious.
バカバカしい。そんなおかしな話信じると思うか。
I believe it to an extent, actually, Battler. I kind of believe it.
やはり信じぬか。
As I thought you don't believe. It's like Maria says. Nah, I'm actually willing to believe it. Why not? Why not? I'll you know what? I'll take your words for it. Why not?
俺が信じるのはお前が森の中の秘密屋敷に隠居していたって事実だけだ。お前こそが六軒島の19人目なんだろう。
Are you?
いかにも。
Indeed.
そなたの想像通り。
Okay.
六軒島の森深く。
Okay. Okay. So this place. Okay, and this is where Beato was born, and this is where she grew up in. Whoo! And this is where she met her master, who was also called Beatrice. This is where she broke the vase, and all of this is deep in the forest of Rockinjima. And you're telling me none of the family members except Rosa was able to find this place and somehow kill her? What did Kinzo think of that? Unless Kinzo never found out who killed her, because nobody admitted to it.
外界からは見つけることもかなわぬ隠し屋敷。その名もクワドリア。
Quadorian. Nine Birds Retreat. Okay.
そういやゲストハウスの正しい名はトライアンだって聞いたな。
Visitors Retreat. Nine birds, visitors. Nine birds. Nine birds, sweet fish. What's the correlation? I gotta write that down. I'm writing that down. I'm writing this down, this Terrarian stuff and Nine Birds Retreat. I'm writing that down after I'm done with the part, because yeah, that's some useful. I feel like that's some useful info right there. I feel like those are things I want to know. I feel like those are things I want to note down for sure. Visitors Retreat. Okay, Nine Birds Retreat. Okay, I'm sure that's gonna come in use later on. Nine Birds, Sweet Fish, beloved home of old, my beloved. Okay, so far, this is her beloved home of old. Can we just get that straight? Alright, this seems like the beloved home of old. I don't know what the Sweet Fish River is, but this seems to me like the beloved home of old. Okay, behold the Sweet Fish River running through my beloved home of old. Go downstream, find the key. Okay. We're getting a bit more hints this episode. Here we go.
なるほど。ネーミングセンスは近いな。
Torayan.
そしてお前はそこに隠居していたじい様の愛人。そうだな。
Your grandfather's lover who lived here in secret, isn't that right?
愛人というのは正しくない。 金蔵の片思いであったと言うべきだろう。
Right, I was also gonna say that like the love was probably not reciprocated, right? Beato probably does not love him back. I mean, look at him. Yeah, or isn't that right, Battler? Actually, that's kind of insulting to Battler too, because I'm saying his grandfather's ugly, and since he's biologically related to his grandfather, yeah, I kind of get it. Okay, my bad. Hey, Battler, don't. My bad.
先ほども話したであろう。あれが勝手にわらわに惚れた。
Right, you didn't love him back. Got it.
そしてわらわに求愛したが、それをわらわは拒んだ。
Right, you rejected him, and because you rejected him, you got stuck here. He said that he'd free you if you loved him back, but you rejected, so you got stuck here.
そしてわらわをこの隠し屋敷へ閉じ込めたのだ。いや、屋敷に閉じ込めたというのは正しくないか。この体に閉じ込めたというべきだ。
It would be more correct to say I was sharp in this body. Okay, so you're a witch. Kinzo summoned you. Your witch body got stuck in this human body. Is that what I'm getting at? Okay. Okay. Right. Let's hope this does not get Kingdom Hearts level of confusion with bodies and getting stuck in bodies. Let's hope no Heartless and Nobody concept is gonna... Oh god. And then time travel. Oh no. Do not get Kingdom Hearts level of complicated, please. Let's just keep it with you got stuck in this body, please. Oh god. Imagine Beato just goes, guess what? I have a nobody. Xehanort, where are you at? Enough with the Kingdom Hearts references. That story gets incredibly convoluted. But you know, we're good here. This is still understandable. Alright.
最後が何を言ってるのかわかんねえぜ。
どうせそなたはバカにして聞かぬであろう。何しろ魔女も魔法も信じぬという。語れど聞く耳を持たぬというならば、それを口にするは愚の骨頂だ。
But I wanna hear because I believe it.
信じるかどうかは俺が判断するぜ。聞かなきゃ話も進まねえしな。話せよ。お前の昔話を。
Tell me the story of your past. I'm gonna end the part there if she starts.
金蔵はわらわに求愛を拒まれたが、それ式でへこたれる男ではない。どうあってもわらわの首を縦に振らせたかった。わらわをこの屋敷へ閉じ込め、わらわを口説き落とそうと永遠の時間を費やしたのだ。
An eternity. So y'all played a game, like a game board, just like me and you are playing a game board right now. Except now you're actually having fun, whatever. You want to get my consent no matter what. Well, I mean, you won't get consent like that, trust me. The only way you're gonna get consent from her by doing that is Stockholm Syndrome. I don't think you wanna get consent from someone using Stockholm Syndrome. You're holding her captive. I don't think the Stockholm Syndrome is gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna end it there anyway. Alright. Beato didn't say any red truth this part. I was actually expecting her to say red truth this part, but she didn't. However, there was info at the end there regarding Nine Birds retreat and visitors retreat, whatever. I'm gonna note that down. That's the one thing I'll note down once I finish this. But for now, I'm done here. Besides, it's a good place to stop. I'm sure there's gonna be more crazy twists and turns next part when Beato starts going more in depth in about her past. So I'm gonna end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Question mark? This part of Umineko when they cry. I feel like for the people that have already read this visual novel, I feel like the bigger enjoyment is it's probably just me being absolutely dumbfounded about what's going on, because this is really interesting, tough to. I mean, there's been like 3 different twists this part. I mean, there's the whole Rosa killed Beato, this mansion being hidden in the forest, in this mansion where Beato's born, that's hidden in the forest, that was in Rokkenjima. There's also the fact that Beato used to be a witch, got summoned by Kenzo, then got trapped in a body, in this human body, whatever that means. There's obviously a billion other mysteries. This part alone has introduced. I feel like this part alone. This is like, you know, this part. The best way to explain this part, and I know I do this every time, but I have to mention this one more time. This part is literally the most One Piece part yet. Okay, where like you'll get answers to like 5 questions, but now you're left with 50 new ones. You know what I mean? This feels so One Piece in that regard, and I love it, by the way, because One Piece, the way One Piece does it is beautiful. Where it's like, alright, we learned that, okay, we learned a lot about Beato, right? We learned that she's about this mansion. We learned that, you know, summoned by Kenzo. We know that she was trapped by Kenzo, just like we theorized, but now it's more confirmed, more laid out to us. But at the same time, we have a million new questions, right? Regarding how did she get trapped in the body? How, you know, what happened between Rosa and Beato? How did she stop becoming a witch? Did she became a human after she was a witch? You know, there's so many new questions added through the questions that were answered. We also have new questions added. So, and the questions far exceed the amount of answers we got. So, yeah. I mean, I guess we'll continue next time. Episode 3's been good so far. All right, it has not been like episode 1 and 2. All right, I can't lie. This has been very. Things have switched up a bit here, alright? With the whole Eva stuff, I mean, the whole Eva stuff, alright. But Ronovic showing up, Beato's path, we're learning so much about Beato this episode, alright? And we're seeing the 7 stakes full on in action. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I got a comment saying that episode 3 is going to be a very good episode, and or at least a very interesting episode. I think it was the comment went somewhere along those lines, and you know what? So far, they were absolutely. They were kind of. I wouldn't say absolutely right, but so far they've been kind of right. Okay, especially with this part. This part to me has been one of the most interesting parts of Umineko so far. Yeah, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this. We'll continue next time to learn more about Beato, I'm sure. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you guys next time. Alright, y'all. Peace.